Hey guys, it is Captain Shaysphere. I have a special co-host, and he is really annoying. Here is the executive consultant.
Wow, what an introduction. I think in all my, 26 years of living, I definitely think that might have been the biggest and most special introduction I have ever had in my life. I'm going to be on more so you can practice that. That was almost David Sanderson. You're like, hey guys, wow, that was amazing. But hey, you know what? I'm not here for NXT most often because either I don't watch the show, realistically speaking, or I'm at WWE Performance Center watching it live. So I'm very excited to be here with Cap, filling in for Bad Guy Jack, who's on vacation, as well as what's going on, guys? What's going on, George Samuel Lewis? Happy, hey, the butt kissing begins. Happy Shay Day. Tribal Queen Shay is the most beautiful, special, rare, inspirational, important woman ever.
Thank you.
You know what? Can I ask a question? Yeah, I'm going to be that guy. I want to ask a question. So I'm reading this comment, right? And I remember earlier today you posted something on your Instagram because we follow each other. You know what I'm saying? I give you the blessing of following me. And you're all on Alex Garcia's clitoris. And I'm like, why in the world? Can you pick a struggle? Is it Alex Garcia? Is it the Iconics? Is it Cap Shay? Is it Haven? Like, pick a struggle, mother effer. Pick a struggle. Right? So it's my lovely friend and co-host, Captain Shaysphere, the most beautiful, inspirational, important woman ever, or is it Alex Garcia? Pick a struggle.
There could be multiple beautiful women who are the most beautiful in the world.
Stop. George Lewis, you had the executive consultant and the captain. That's right, the consultant and the cap. It's a pleasure. It's an honor for me to be here. Well, the Tribal Queen Shay was the only person on screen. This episode was more fun. Wow. Especially for a man who probably sits in his mom's basement with lotion. All right. So, Cap, go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about some NXT.
All right. Well, the show started with a women's match. It was Mandy versus Ember Moon. As of late, Ember's been kind of on a downward spiral. I could see she's probably something's going to happen with her character. But this match happens, and honestly, it really was nothing to really look at. It was kind of just there to give Mandy a win, put her over more so she looks more. I notice every time someone wants to face Raquel, they have them face Ember because she's a former NXT champion, and I guess that makes them look more formidable to the current NXT champ.
So let me ask you a question. We just had the draft. We just had the fantasy draft. Unfortunately, you weren't able to be there. I really wanted you there, but you weren't able to be there. If you were drafting, right, you were drafting the women, would Ember Moon be one of the women you draft?
Probably not, no. I think she's an amazing athlete, though.
But?
She's just not my cup of tea.
She's there to take L's right now. She had a great career. Something happened. Unfortunately, when that happened, she was exposed as not being that person. Great talent. 10 years ago, easy Divas champion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when I say Divas champion, I don't mean that as an insult. I don't mean that as disrespect. I mean the time period. If it was women's champion, I'll call it women's champion.
Right.
10 years ago, easy champion because she's that talented. But when you have the talent of women out there today, not just wrestling talent, right? But mic talent, beauty. Not saying Ember Moon's not attractive. Ember Moon's a very attractive, very beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
But when you have a Mandy Rose, all right, when you have an Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, she unfortunately gets put on the back burner because she's not top 10, 15 woman right now. And that's no disrespect to her. She's an amazing talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's missing something and she needs to find it before she gets to that next level. Again, like she used to be back in the day. She can do it. I still think she has all the capabilities in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's not her time. Right now, when you talk about NXT 2.0, there are a few wrestlers that are mentioned. Bron Breaker is the number one. We'll talk about him in a few.
Yes.
Right? Another person we talked about, or that's not case of person, is Toxic Attraction. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They are actually the epitome of what divas used to look like. I think people will. I can compare them to the beautiful people of TNA back in the day.
Yes.
But they actually can still go in the ring. Mandy Rose, she's mediocre, but they're attractive and they can go and they're believable. And right now, NXT 2.0, they're one of the hottest things to be talked about. This was a good way to get them to that next level to challenge Raquel. Because I'll be honest with you, I think they're the people that can beat Raquel Gonzalez and send Raquel Gonzalez to the main roster. Cap, share your thoughts.
I agree. I do see that there's something just missing with Ember. She has to just find that. I think, just from how they've been talking in her backstage interviews, they're probably gonna do something different with her character, and maybe that will be what she needs to tap into what she's missing right now. I do agree with Toxic Attraction. I'm obsessed. I love that group, and I wouldn't be mad if they took the title from her. No. Hi.
I'm not going to give up on Ember Moon. I still believe her. Like I said, I'm not saying that she's not. I'm not saying she should be future Endeavor. Even though she gets future Endeavor, Lord knows she's going to AEW. And when she goes to AEW, she'll probably get a main event spot because she's that good, right? Like Ruby Soho. Oh my gosh. Ember Moon is bigger than Ruby Soho ever was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And if you can give Ruby Soho a Dynamite, pay-per-view style, Dynamite main event, you can give Ember Moon that. Ladies and gentlemen, watching Unpopular View NXT edition. This is Captain Shaysphere. I'm the executive consultant. Please make sure you like, love, and share this to all your wrestling timelines and groups. Hey, this needs to be the highest rated show of the week. Not just because I'm on, because Cap's on. This needs to be the highest rated UPR show of the week. So go ahead, hit that like button, hit that love button, hit that share button so we can make sure that we're on here every single week because we are that show. If Ember Moon brings back the War Goddess, I think that can help her out. I think she just needs a character change overall. Pink says, some more ass kissing probably. I didn't read it, so I'm not swear to God I haven't read it yet, but here we go. When you tell you to pick a struggle, there's no struggle loving the tribal Queen Shay because she's the greatest person ever. Like I said, I don't see Mandy Rose as champion just yet. That's fine, George. Get some glasses. Bad Guy Jack, like, love, and share. Bad Guy Jack says, hey, folks, what's going on, Bad Guy Jack? Hey, I was just saying earlier, the chat room's quiet without you, bud, but enjoy your vacation. Pink, real fan. Man, does somebody have Vaseline? Every show, Tribal Queen Shay is on the highest rated UPR show every week. Hey, you know what? I love Cap, but that's not true. All right, so what's the next segment that happened on NXT?
All right, so the next, it was a match, is between LA Knight and Odyssey Jones. Now, when this match was first placed, I was very scared because Odyssey right now, the way they're building him, he's very unstoppable. And LA Knight has had a string of losses. Yes. Even like the debut of NXT 2.0, he took 2 in one night. So I was a little worried. Luckily, we have the greatest professor ever, Andre Chase, come out and write history. Distracts Odyssey Jones, because I guess they're going to be in a feud. And LA Knight gets the win. Now, from here on out, I'm really confused what goes, because I really feel like LA is kind of like stuck. There's a lot going on. Seems like NXT 2.0 is moving in a more younger thing. Yeah. LA Knight, I don't know how old he is. I'm not saying he's old, but he's seasoned. He's definitely not a performance center newbie. He's been in different. Who?
LA?
Yeah.
LA? Okay.
Yeah. He's been in promotions. He's not like a newbie. So it's I'm a little scared where he's going to be or where he fits. What do you think?
LA Knight is actually 38 years old, right? But the man is very, very talented in the ring. He has mic skills. I'm surprised if you're going to draft anybody from NXT, the main roster, you didn't draft LA Knight, because he's up there in age. And I'm not saying he still can't go. I'm not saying he still have another 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, he still might very well have up to 10 years.
He looks great.
But, yeah, he looks great for his age. He does very well in the ring. But I think he's done what he can do in NXT. And I know he hasn't been in NXT that long, but some people only go to NXT to get a little tweaks and then go to the main roster. And I think he's one of the ones that should have got a couple tweaks and then went to the main roster. He has been taking L's. Now, everybody knows I live down here in Orlando. I hate to mention that every week, but I live down here in Orlando. Performance Center is 15 minutes away. I know a couple of the wrestlers, or I know people who know some of these wrestlers. Odyssey Jones is one of these wrestlers that's friends with some friends. Personally, I don't care if I know you're not. If I don't like you, I'm not going to tell you I don't like you. It's your wrestling skill, not your personal one. But your wrestling, whatever like that, or your character. I'm not a fan of Odyssey Jones. Haven't been. Right? I don't see it. Bronson Reed, African-American. That's what I see in this. So when they told me Odyssey Jones versus LA Knight, they were like, hey, it's gonna be the match of the night. I'm like, why? No, it's not. Hopefully they understand that LA Knight needs to pick up this victory, not Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones might have some charisma, but he's not the guy that's going to take it to another level on SmackDown or Raw. If you think that, shame on you. He needs a character change. He needs to be developed. Right now, your go-to person, their heat magnet, and the person you talk about every single week on NXT 2.0, one of those people is LA Knight.
Yeah, no, he's great. I was thinking maybe they would take him in the draft because I felt like there's really nothing left for him to do. Instead, they took Ridge Holland, who still needs a lot of work. So I'm a little.
What the hell was that? I was so mad. Was I the only one cursing out my TV when they picked Ridge Holland?
I was confused. I'm like, he still needs a whole lot of character work. Like, he's not ready. This is like a disaster waiting to happen, and I'm really scared for him. But I do hope it works out. I hope that he completely beats my worries and is great up there, but it's looking very scary for him.
You don't want to see anybody fail, but Ridge Holland is not that guy. He does not get anybody off their seats. He does not get anybody talking. I've heard one person mention, oh, Ridge Holland's back. I'm like, okay. That was a spoiler. Oh, Ridge Holland's back. Okay. I don't care about Ridge Holland. I never have. I never will. He's not that guy. If you believe that, you're not that guy.
Oh, my God. You know, I feel bad for him because I feel like that injury that he got cut a lot of time of him getting experience in NXT to kind of build his character. And then when he finally came back, they're just like, well, we want you. Sorry, no time to get back all that, experience you could have gotten that year. Yeah, it just sucks. But yes, LA Knight gets the win. I don't know where this goes. There's nothing for him to do. So on to the next.
Lost.
Yeah. We have a backstage segment with Cameron Grimes talking to Mackenzie Mitchell about love being in the air and how he wants a girl of his own. Pete Dunne comes up and he basically is like, shut up, which is what he always says. Cameron doesn't really pay him mind, and Pete takes offense to this, so he says, I'm going to face you tonight. That's a match that's set. Then we move on to Bron Breaker and Ciampa in the ring. We knew this was coming. Bron wants the title. I wouldn't be mad if he got it, to be honest. Like, I haven't been this like moved by someone like that I just got into, but he just, I don't know, every time he speaks, it's like nostalgia in my ear, and it just makes me want to see more of him.
Why is this nostalgia?
Because he sounds like his uncle, for God's sakes. Like, exactly like him. I can't. And I always have been a fan of Scott. So it's like, yeah, I'm feeling it. And he looks great. He has a great look. But I do like that, Ciampa is, it kind of seems like he's phasing into that heelish. He's coming off a bit heelish, which I think is the best place for him to be. That's where he's at his best, character-wise. Yeah, I'm excited for this match. So, Ciampa, he never runs from a fight, so we'll see.
Not a fan. And what I mean by that is I think he is not ready. I think he has a good look. I think he has a good scale. I think he has a good future. But do I think that he needs to be pushed as fast as he has been? No. The route I would have went, and this might be unpopular, I don't care, is him going after that North American Championship and being dominant with the North American Championship to build him up. He's only been on since NXT 2.0 pretty much started. This has been, 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, just about.
And I know you want to make a statement. And, hey, this is one I can say here and say I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm right most of the time. I'm only wrong once or twice a year. So I can understand how I can be wrong about this. But this isn't the direction I would go. That being said, I am a fan of Bron Breaker. When we did the draft on Thursday, our fantasy draft, Bron Breaker was our first NXT pick because he has a good future. He's the opposite, in my opinion, of Odyssey Jones. So I definitely see the appeal about him. I would just do not a slow burn with him, but I wouldn't do a light speed burn with him, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely get where you're coming from. And, that probably is a smarter way to go. I don't know. I think, it's really hard to tell because They are pushing this whole new NXT. So it's like it could go either way. I don't know where they'll go from there.
Yeah,
So
I always felt like the reason how they went with Ciampa because he was an older guy, and no offense to Tommaso, but he was an older guy. Samoa Joe was injured, and they needed to have somebody fill almost that role seamlessly. So Samoa Joe was an older veteran that can transition the title to a younger guy, and I think that's why they went with Ciampa because Ciampa is almost the equivalent of what they have, older guy that can transition it over to a younger guy. So that I understood. Even though when they had that match, I didn't think he was. I thought he was the last person I was going to pick to win. But when he won, I was like, okay, this is the route they're going. If they really want to make a statement, though, why not, Bron Breaker?
we'll see. Maybe someone might. It could be interference. So we don't know, but we'll see. It's happening at Halloween Havoc, so it's set.
Halloween Havoc's going to be on the Tuesday, right?
Yes.
What's the date of that? Do you know?
I think it's like the 24th
of October.
Let me see. Hold up, because that could be.
Of course, it has to be October because it's Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's the. Hold on. Come on, come on. The 26th. Yeah.
Let's look at the calendar because that means I have to miss a UPRE episode. It's not on this one. Anyway, I might have to go to that one. I'm interested in seeing. Oh, Halloween Kills. Ugh, I want to review that. Oh well. Anyway, go
ahead. So the next match, my favorite new character that they put out, Joe Gacy versus Ikemen Jiro. I'm just, this character is so funny. I'm sorry, because he's meant to be like, kind of this woke, but like times 10 and almost like contradictory in ways. And it just makes me laugh. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. The way he talks is just funny. The 26th, thank you. See? So I mean, this was not really anything to look out. Huh?
I'm just answering the question. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it was a pretty just regular match. It's just kind of showing how weird he is, like the weird guy he is. After he won the match with Ikemen, he, picks him up and hugs him and then walks out. And then you got Parker Bordeaux, or Boudreaux, however you say it, standing in the stands with a shaved head now. He's no longer looks like Brock. He looks scary now. I don't know where this is going. I wish they wouldn't have cut his hair, though. So.
I tell you why they cut his hair, and I agree why he cut his hair. What did you just say when you described it?
He looks like Brock.
He looks like Brock. He no longer looks like Brock, and it's scary.
Yes.
One of my favorite promos was Chris Jericho talking to Shawn Michaels back in 2000, I believe it was 3. And Chris Jericho said, people used to say I was the next Shawn Michaels, and that was an honor, but not anymore. Now I stopped trying to think about being the next Shawn Michaels, and I concentrate on becoming the first Chris Jericho, which he succeeded in.
Yeah.
People have been saying since he showed up, or before he even showed up, he looked like the next Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You're already hurting yourself because you're being compared to the next guy. That's what I call the Dolph Ziggler syndrome, because unfortunately, even though Dolph Ziggler had a successful career, his career could have been a lot more successful if he wasn't compared to everybody else. First Badass Billy Gunn, then Mr. Perfect, and then finally Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Great talent, but compared to all these people. So every time he does a move, oh, he's trying to be like Shawn Michaels super kick. He's trying to be like Shawn Michaels. Everybody does this damn super kick nowadays. But when he does it, he's trying to be Shawn Michaels. He's the famouser. He's trying to be like Billy Gunn. He sells like hell. He's trying to be like Mr. Perfect. He needed a statement to show that he is not Brock Lesnar. He can be dominant like Brock Lesnar, but he's not Brock Lesnar. I don't want to be Brock Lesnar. Cutting his hair, even though his hair wasn't Brock Lesnar exactly like, but you said it yourself, Tribal Queen who carries the ratings for every UPR show you're on. You said it yourself. He's now scary. He looks like a threat. He looks like a boss. And if you're a businessman and you're thinking long-term booking, we talked about it a few minutes ago. Build Braun Strowman on one side, build Bron Breaker on another side. Come NXT WrestleMania weekend, money match.
You're not wrong. I mean, when you put it like that,
Never
that's
am.
very true. Because, oh, for God's sakes, here you go.
No, you want to see? Here you go.
Not the whole name. He said the whole name out. I definitely see what you're saying. Like when you put it in perspective like that. So I mean, I'm intrigued. And instantly when I saw him, and then Joe's looking at him, and he's looking at Joe. I'm like, I'm intrigued. I want to see where this goes. This is one of my more favorite things going on right now in the new NXT 2.0.
NXT 2.0, which is not getting as much credit as it should. However, it's not getting as much hate as it was a week or so before it started. I will also say that people were hating on the show before even watching it. And realistically speaking, their ratings have stayed steady and gone up a little bit as opposed to other shows, Rampage, which has declined a little bit also. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about NXT. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Reviews. Like, love, share, subscribe. 40 seconds. We'll be right back.
Omega, I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Can you put some respect on Kenny?
I never said that Kenny couldn't wrestle. I don't like Kenny's mic skills. I think they're terrible to me. I think he tries too hard. I think some people got it and some people don't got on the mic, and I don't think Kenny has it. That's just me. And yes, him with Don Callis is better than what I've gotten before. And it's not that I hear him, I see him on the social media. That's who he kind of really is in a sense, how he acts. I just think it's a little. I'm not sure how you even could put he's like a passive aggressive person, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Which I know it doesn't, but he just doesn't come off to me. I don't think he knows who he is in a sense, and that's how it comes off to me, is he's not sure of himself, and that's just what it is. That's my opinion. I don't care. Moving on, but I thought this.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're just watching a little snip from Around the Blocks, which is every single Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. That is Mike Knox talking about his opinion on the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Do I agree? Do I disagree? I don't know. You find out if I guest star on Around the Blocks or any other show. But ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NXT Review right now with Captain Shayna as well as the executive consultant. Please make sure you have not done so already. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to you. If this is you, like, love, and share this to all of your timelines and groups. Get us out there. Get us in your home. Get us in your brother's home, your boyfriend's home, your grandmother's homes. I don't care. Your Garfield the cat's home. NXT talking about it right now. Captain Shaysphere was the next thing to happen on NXT.
Well, the next thing to happen was the debut of Cora Jade. Cora Jade. I have to say it like that because some people just don't hear it. So she was supposed to be facing town person. I don't know their name. I didn't catch it because I didn't see him for that long. But they ended up getting attacked by Frankie Monet. Frankie Monet decided that she wanted to be in this match. I don't understand why. She ended up having the match with Cora. It was cute. And, I mean, shocker, Cora won. I thought that Cora was going to lose 100% when I saw that Frankie took over. But she still won. And I'm just trying to figure out, where does that leave Frankie? This makes me very sad because I do love her.
Frankie can bounce back. Plus, I don't see her being on NXT much longer this time next year. I think she's going to go to the main roster because she has a charisma. Skills, but she has the charisma to her. So I think this is just a pit stop once again. NXT to some people is just a pit stop when WWE says, okay, we like this person, but they need to learn the WWE way. I read earlier in the article, which I don't look at their sheets that much because I think they're most of the bull crap, but some things that have a little bit of truth in it. So there's this little theory where main roster guys see people from NXT and say, we got to beat the NXT out of them. I don't know how necessarily much that's true. I can tell you from people in the business that main eventers, a lot of them do prefer main event over NXT for various reasons. And there are some people who like NXT better. But one thing that I think the NXT 2.0 was there for is to get homegrown talent to WWE. Because as I said before, all these people who whined and cried about going to AEW and stuff like that is because they came from independent organizations and they sit here and they think they're more entitled and they think they're better because they came from independence. And WWE is like, no, we need you to do it this way. Well, I don't think I need to do it this way. You're old, you're out of touch. You don't see what I need to do. But if you look at all of WWE's biggest superstars, Hulk Hogan, Batista, John Cena, The Rock, not so much Austin, but still you can say to a certain extent Stone Cold Steve Austin. These Brock Lesnar, I don't know if I said John Cena, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns. These are people who were homegrown by WWE. And if you go by the people who came from independent wrestling, no offense to Indio, but like the CM Punks, the Dan Bryan, no offense to Dan Bryan, because I think he's one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. But if you compare these, you can't compare Rock, Austin, and Hogan to Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and God knows whoever. Yeah. It's just not it. But they felt entitled that they wanted to do things the way they wanted to do. But these people, all these other people I mentioned, did not leave, except for Hulk Hogan, did not leave or anything like that. They are respected by WWE, and WWE says, you know what? F that. This is what we want. We're going to train all our people here. Look at the stars they're using now. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, WWE talent that they homegrown. And Bianca Belair is going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe it, you can look at Raw and SmackDown. They have her going to the moon.
Yep, as they should. As they should. I agree with everything you just said. Hell yeah. Very true.
Never.
So the next match, now we have what we spoke about earlier, Dunn versus Cameron Grimes, which ended up being a really good match. And again, and I say this every week when Cameron has a really awesome match, I say his outstanding character.
Well, you use that Jergens now, aren't you?
Oh my God. So Cameron's outstanding character always overshadows how good he actually is in the ring. I feel like
he's very good.
See him, Cameron, oh my God, to the moon. And like, he's so exciting, his character, that you forget this guy
he's very solid,
is really good. And then you put him in the ring with guys like, Pete Dunne, who, I mean, everyone knows he always delivers.
Always.
And it's like, it's like a nice little reminder every time, because they spend so much time growing his character that we don't see him in the ring as much. Love the match. The right person won. Obviously, I don't know where Dunn is going, but Dunn needs to get this NXT title soon. At some point, it needs to happen, or all of this is going to be for nothing, or how they've been building him. I really do.
I'm just not sure how he's going to get it in the foreseeable future. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the main roster, but at the same time, he's on the main roster. Ooh, but he's such a great talent.
Right.
But this is the problem with WWE. Even with 2-3 brands, they have a lot of talent. So when people sit here and say that AEW took all the talent because they took 2 people, I mean, look at what they got left. Look at Raw alone without even looking at SmackDown.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on. I want to answer this guy's question because, unfortunately, and I'll let you answer it.
What?
What are your opinions on Tony D'Angelo?
What are you talking about? I love me some Tony D'Angelo. Yeah. I love him. I don't care. I love how every time this is how the crowd claps. Come on, that's outstanding. I love him. That's it. I'm sold.
Do you think Cameron Grimes is main roster material? I would like to say yes. Unfortunately, I'm going to disagree with Captain Shay here. And I'm a big fan of Cameron Grimes. Just because I'm a big fan of Cameron Grimes doesn't necessarily think that I'm going to sit here and say he should be a future champion. I'm realistic. Cameron Grimes is a future 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
It's not because he's not talented in the ring or anything else, because look at Kira Tozawa. Kira Tozawa is an amazing athlete. But on the main roster, his character now is made to chase after that 24/7 championship. He will have great moments with Drake Maverick and R-Truth because he's funny and he can play that comedic role. And that's why he will be thrown into that. So do I want to see Cameron Grimes move up? Unfortunately not, because that's where his future is. I agree. I hope Pete gets the title at some point, at least as the major storyline. What you got to say, Kat?
What I want to say is, I think that Cameron could be the next Santino. Like, I think he has the. I know. Let me not say that. I know you said that. Don't say that. Don't compare. But I think in terms of he could be that comedy character who people just love and could like stand out for a long time. Honestly, I'd say more R-Truth if anything. But I think his cap could be, if done right, he's very over with the crowd. We've seen how the crowd can have power with people like Daniel Bryan. He could get the Intercontinental title at least, or the United States, like with just his character alone. I really do think he is perfect for main roster because it's a lot about the character and how you engage with the crowd, and he engages with the crowd.
He engages, but I just see 24/7.
That's the way you say it. I'm sorry.
That's all I see in his future is 24/7.
Well, I hope he beats your expectations because I love Cameron. So yeah, Dunn wins, and then not Pete, Jesus. Kyle O'Reilly comes out. He's angry because they basically cheated him out of his match for the NXT title, and that's something that's still weighing with him. But he gets overpowered by Ridge helping and Pete. But Von Wagner comes out. I don't understand. I don't know where this is going. Are they trying to make this into a tag team because they realize? I think Kyle is just a better tag person, perhaps. I don't know. I love Kyle, but I'm just like something's not connecting with me all the way.
The problem is with Kyle, and I'm a good fan of Kyle also, but he's bland on the mic, right? And not only you bland on the mic and you can't talk your way on the mic, is you feud him with possibly one of the most loved superstars in NXT history, which is Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those things screwed him up.
Yep.
I like Kyle O'Reilly. I liked him in Undisputed Era. I always want to see him break out. I rooted for him against Adam Cole, but those fans love them some Adam Cole, baby.
They do. Yeah.
And there are some fans who might be going against a popular wrestler, but they're love themselves, and they're at least decent on the mic, i.e. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Because I remember saying it before when people were like, oh, there's no way in the world that Becky Lynch is going to be a heel heat over Bianca Belair. And I'm like, Bianca Belair is so loved. She's the only woman that could turn Becky Lynch truly that heel. She still gets cheered. I'm not saying she's out there, she gets completely hated. But when she's in the ring with Bianca gets her share of face heat over Becky Lynch.
Right.
Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly were not getting that same reaction. Everybody was still cheering Adam Cole, even though he was clearly the heel throughout most of that feud.
He was.
Kyle O'Reilly needs some mic work, or somehow gets turned to heel again and gets a mouthpiece. Otherwise than that, it's not working for Kyle O'Reilly. And he's going to end up on AEW Dark.
Oh, my God. Not even the main show? Jesus.
AEW Dark. Because AEW has too much star power with themselves.
Yep.
They can't fit everybody into a 2-hour show despite what they think. And unfortunately, you want CM Punk on every show, which is why they have him on the damn commentary sometimes. Because they say, oh, we got to have CM Punk. We don't have a spot for him. We need to put him on Rampage. Let's put him on commentary. Same thing with Dan Bryan. We don't have a spot for him. Let's give him an interview out there in the crowd. Because certain people you're going to put on every single week, and which means other people just not going to make it.
Yeah.
You have Bray Wyatt supposedly coming in soon. Where do you have time for all these people? Where?
What?
I agree with Captain Shaysphere, but I think that him winning the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship, and I'm going Chris Harris. He's the 24/7 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Reviews. Please make sure that you like, love, and share this to all of your wrestling timelines and groups. Hey, we're taking a lot of time here, but we're actually going by pretty quickly. So we're going to take another commercial break, 40 seconds. We'll come back. We'll speak a little bit more. We're about to be in main event time. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
Damian Priest, yeah, he's on another level. I like Damian Priest.
Hey. I five on that one.
Damian Priest is an amazing champion. I think that even last night proved that. I mean, if you had him beat two pretty much surefire Hall of Famers and former champions, I think that that's a great sign that you're pushing him. So,
well, I love me some Damian Priest. I've loved him since I first got into it, especially from the WrestleMania 37 this year. And I love watching him in the ring. He's one of my favorites as well. I want him to wrestle somebody else. I'm over him and Sheamus. Sheamus isn't bad. I'm just getting bored.
I agree.
I think he's gonna face Keith Bearcat Lee next. I think I could see a potential feud coming.
You think Bearcat Lee?
I wouldn't do that.
Somebody else, maybe.
I wouldn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review NXT Edition. This is Executive Consultant joining today. Regular her show with Bad Guy Jack, I'm filling in, is Captain Shaysphere. Cap, great job tonight. Surprises me. You know, because normally you're on and you're a bad guy Jack and he's telling a corny joke and you're laughing and I'm thinking like, oh my God, somebody throw a pie in somebody's face. What else? What's wrong?
Where is this coming from?
Have you been on a show with him? Have you not heard a corny joke?
It's very. Listen, it's not corny, okay? It's well thought out.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you haven't done so already. You're watching on Facebook. Please make sure you like, love, and share. If you're watching on YouTube and you have not done so already, please make sure you subscribe to us here at a popular review on YouTube or our sister channel, UPRE, preferably both. Pink Real Fan says, I think AEW got to slow down with signing so many people. Bray Wyatt should be the last person they hire for a while.
Yeah.
They keep signing more people. Eventually, the oversaturation, talent problem, yeah. But the thing is that they signed Bray Wyatt this month is October, right? If he shows up this month, in 2 months, everybody asks like Kevin Owens is going to show up, and Sami Zayn is going to show up, and they want all these people to show up because they still have Malachi Black, and they can't show him every single week. Oh shit! A commercial with Pat Talks. You are so disrespectful. I'm not sold on Hit Row being on the main roster, but I think that Isaiah Swerve Scott is ready. But for the others, not so much. George, we talked about this the other day. I think Hit Row is actually going to be a hit on SmackDown. I think just you watch and wait. They're going to surprise you. That's my opinion. Bad Guy Champ. Damn, she's great. I will never leave Tuesday nights again. My bad, Cap. She's having the time of her life because you're not here. She gets to laugh at real jokes. All right, so Cap, Shaysphere, what else happened on NXT?
So we got informed that it's a few things. So I'm kind of trying to speed run through. So we got word that Hit Row, they were talking and they came to the decision that Isaiah Swerve Scott will face Escobar Santos for the North American title. Probably he's gonna lose.
Escobar.
Who?
Escobar Santos or Santos Escobar?
Santos Escobar.
That's a shame.
So I think we know Santos is probably gonna win this. They have to get the title off of Isaiah. I don't see them carrying this on for that long with him holding the title on SmackDown.
Yeah, he can't hold the North American Championship on SmackDown. He needs to lose it. It's been a prop pretty much for him because they didn't know where else to go. I guess that I will tell you, Swiller, I think Escobar Santos is a little overrated, but I see the talent. I just don't have the charisma piece out of him yet. But I guess if I were to pick anybody, it should be him. So Hit Row is going to main roster. I'm interested in seeing it. They annoy me a little bit, but I'm interested in seeing it.
Me too. I love B-Fab. So next we have the debut, another debut for the night. Tony D'Angelo versus Malik Blade.
Malik Blade, homegrown talent here in Orlando.
He seems like a really good. I felt bad that he was going against someone who's basically a fan favorite. So he was getting hammered with the booze. I do like Tony a lot. I think it's just an interesting character. It's funny. I like him, and I like doing this all the time now. So this is what I'm gonna be doing. He's already working, okay? So there's that. What do you think of Tony? What do you think of Tony?
Unfortunately, I'm one of those guys that would have booed him because I'm a fan of Malik. I've been a fan of Malik for a couple years now. And I when I first saw him at a very, very independent wrestling school promotion, the same one actually that I commentated at, because here's a funny story. I actually was proposing to be his manager, and it looked like it was going to happen. And then he left to join D-Mod school and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to do it. So to see where he has come now, because when I first saw him, and I told the technician, because I think it was him, I said that guy has a future in WWE. He said, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I think that guy has a future in WWE because he's very good. He has a good look. He has a good skill set. He could do it." So when I see him, out of pure ego for me, to say once again that, "Hey, I told you, bitch," I want to see him succeed. So I need to see him succeed. So unfortunately, that wasn't a guy. If you want my opinion, for me to see Malik Blade, for him to be viewed as Malik Blade, because I'm going to not pay attention to him as much as Malik, because Malik is that guy.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Hopefully, once they find a specific character for him and everything, that he starts getting his, wins up,
dominant, because he has to be dominant in order to go, because they're going to make sure that he's a relative of the bloodline. Mm-hmm. So he has to be dominant to go up to SmackDown and join the bloodline, even though he's going to be the one taking the L's, right? He's going to be the one taking the majority of the L's, taking the majority of the heat, taking the majority of the beatings. But he has to look like he can join the bloodline, because otherwise Roman's going to snap on him faster than he snapped on Paul Heyman when he found out what Paul Heyman supposedly did with Brock Lesnar. So I got to see more Tony D'Angelo. I thought that match was okay tonight, but I think we'll see what happens. Anthony Manzano says, honestly, for me, while I look at Tony D'Angelo, it's just a carbon copy of Nunzio from ECW and the Ruthless Aggression era from the FBI. I think I saw that earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you are make sure you hit that subscribe button. Unpopular review, unsubscribe. UPRE, subscribe. Go ahead and do that. What happened next on NXT?
So next we have Indy Hartwell, Mrs. Loomis versus Tian Sha, Mei Ying from Tian Sha. This is a useless. I'm over Tian Sha. It's gone nowhere. Once they took Zaya, it went downhill. Boa is not believable. I'm over this. Like, they need to just disband this. This needs to end. It's not going to work. Happy for Indy getting a win. It wasn't a sensational match. It just was what it was.
Xia Li was the heartbeat of that organization when she left, because she was called up to the main roster, because she's been called up for a while. Her, Aaliyah. I'm surprised Dakota Kai wasn't called up. Now, actually, I'll tell you this. You heard it here first. Dakota Kai not getting called up is actually not good news for her. Sorry. Okay? Because everybody else is called up. Austin Theory, Xia Li, even freaking Aaliyah. We're all doing dark matches for weeks before being called up on even Rich Holland, weeks before being called up on the draft. The only other person that was Dakota Kai, and she did not get her name mentioned at all, and she lost to Raquel Gonzalez. Do not be surprised if Dakota Kai gets that. She is future endeavor. Okay, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Not saying it's true. I don't have any inside information. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at and what I've experienced before. Now, that being said, Xia Li was the heart of that organization. When I saw Xia Li and I saw her in this role, I thought she was actually going to be this person to take the championship off of Raquel Gonzalez.
Me too. Yep.
For whatever reason, Raquel Gonzalez, they decided to keep her in NXT for a little bit longer, which is fine. And they called Xia Li up earlier, which is fine. But now, Boa is not your guy. I can't take Boa seriously. Boa looks like, once again, I hate to say it, that if they ever called him up to Raw or SmackDown, he's chasing after the 24/7 championship. And mind you this, unsuccessful.
Wow. So then we have Lash Legend talking about her lashing out show and basically saying how she felt it was the reason that Instagram and Facebook went out of power, because everyone was talking about it. I don't know, that made me laugh. I love her. I think she's so pretty. I think she is really great, a really great talker. Can't wait to see, how she is in the ring. But it seems like next week she's gonna have Tony on her show, so that's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for that.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so moving on. Then we have, right before the main event, we have Raquel speaking to Samantha Irvin about her.
Can we acknowledge how attractive Samantha Irvin is? Like, she is just like gorgeous.
We always, yes. We can always acknowledge it, yes. So Raquel basically saying that Mandy is not going to be the one to take her out, and that she is used to the odds being against her, and she's going to fight. Now, Toxic Attraction comes out. I love them. I'm sorry, I just love them. Mandy, I feel like very similar to Finn Balor. This second NXT run is exactly what she needed. It really is showing that. Like, she has a different aura about her, completely different from what we've seen on the main roster. So I love it. Her skills, perfect. Yes, give her the title. I don't care. Yeah, I said it. Give her the title. I said it. Yep.
Wow. I have to say that I like Mandy Rose on this. I think the second NXT run is really, really good. kind of like Finn Balor. So I think you hit the nail right on the head. I think she was floundering a little bit when she was in her last run on Raw, being with Dana Brooke. I know they tried, and I know some people liked it, but I was never a fan. One, because I'm not a fan of Dana Brooke. I don't know how she had a job for all this time, but I've never been a fan of Dana Brooke. And Mandy, who was actually doing well with SmackDown for a while, even before turning face against Sonya Deville, but she and Sonya, I thought, were a good tag team. Mm-hmm. She was losing a lot of it, and this has been a resurgence, and I dare say even better. Not because I think she's great in the ring. She ain't Asuka. She's not Charlotte. She's not Sasha. She's not Bianca. I can go for on and on. But she has a look. Attractive, yes. But she has a look. She has a presence. And with the Toxic Attraction team, Gigi can go and what's it? I forgot her name.
JC Jane.
They are pretty good as well. Like I said, not wrestling catches can't stand whatever they call it, but they had the presence, they had the charisma, and they could do just enough in the ring to make it believable to me. Where yes, I definitely see Raquel going down. I agree with you, Shay. Smart thinking, smart answering. Very, very good. These are, like I said, when you talk about NXT right now, the top three things you're going to talk about, Toxic Attraction is definitely one of those three.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. I think that they're all amazing. They carry on the mic. And
so
they just have a pull about them. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. So now we have
to hear more pots and pans. No, now you're muting. You said how you mute and say sorry. Explain how you mute and say sorry. Go ahead. You still talking to me? You know your mouth's covered is muted. Go ahead. Still talk to me. I love to hear this. Go ahead.
Stop it! You're such a bully. Shut
up. Mandy, Gigi, and Jay. Oh yeah, you said that. Spice Girls. Okay.
I did say it. Okay, so
hopefully Gigi will bring out the tampons somewhere down the line. That doesn't even make sense. I don't understand, man. I never understand your jokes. Where does this joke come from?
She did the thing with Ash when she was Priscilla Kelly. Remember the tampon?
Oh yeah, I try not to remember that. That was like a terrible spot in wrestling. Yeah, that was a terrible spot in wrestling. Gigi's hot though. She walked past me one time while I was she and what's her name again? I forget it. JC. They came at NXT it was like 7:30. They were late. And she walked right by me, and I was like, "Wow, I hate to see you leave, but I watched to see you go." It was so great. It was so great. What's the next thing that happened on NXT?
So now we have the main event.
Oh, before we go to the main event, we gotta hit a commercial. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, 45 seconds. Hey, Bad Guy Jack's on vacation, but we still got something for him.
Mike, when I heard that, I said, "Oh no." And I don't know why, dude. So like, I pulled references. I'm sorry, I pulled pop culture references, but Team Taz remind me of fucking the Super Friends from the 1960s and the Legion of Doom. They always had a plan and the shit never went their way. Like the guys didn't even have the fucking Joker. They had the Riddler. Who the fuck picks the Riddler over the Joker? So I already knew this team was a failure. So you have these guys and you know, Taz gets the bike. He says, "Don't you mention Team Taz. Don't you mention me." You seen Punk? I just said, I didn't even mention him.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, Taz?
Yeah, I had to say it. I bust out laughing. I said, hashtag fire Taz. I get it now. Like before, I was like, okay, I get it, whatever. But he's like the fucking Legion of Doom. And you don't want to be them. That's all. Taz is all.
Oh my God.
Is y'all be watching Unpopular Review NXT edition? I'm filling in for Bad Guy Jack. Over there is the lovely co-host of Bad Guy Jack, Captain Shaysphere. We're talking some NXT. But once again, I will say this every single time. If you have not shared this video, shame on you for watching and shame on you for being a fan of Unpopular Review, because you need to get us out there, like, love, and share. If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitter, make sure that you share and subscribe to us at Unpopular Review or our sister channel at UPRE. Bad Guy Jack says, "Hey, I'm on another commercial." Yes, I had nothing else to put. And Pink Rail Fan says, "Ew, a commercial, Flapjack talking." Hey, here's a commercial. I'm going to post next week. I'm going to post one of you chasing a train. George Lewis says, "I thought the MSK was going to lose the NXT Tag Team Championship tonight." Captain Shakespeare, your thoughts?
I wasn't really worried. Like, I just don't think that anybody that was within that was going to get it. Maybe grizzled young vets, but not like that. I just don't think it would have happened that way. I love MSK, and that NXT crowd, I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Yes.
I don't know what they did to you. You're not a fan, huh?
No. Because they always boo MSK. Just, I don't understand it. It's annoying. Like, their mind just, they don't even have a reason. Like, genuinely don't have a reason to boo these guys. I don't get it. It's ridiculous. And I am done with the NXT crowd. I am done with them.
Aren't you going to NXT when you come down here?
I don't count. That's different.
I want you to say that to everybody when you do that. I thought the MSK, okay. Don't forget to buy the Unpopular Review merchandise from Pro Wrestling Tees. We are on Pro Wrestling Tees, so if you want to get a shirt from Unpopular Review on Pro Wrestling Tees, just look for us on Popular Review at Pro Wrestling Tees and get a shirt. We're going to sell out faster than CM Punk.
Yes.
Imperium versus MSK for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Do you see that match happening? Yes, I do. You know why? Because I've seen it happen a million times. Imperium always loses. So, but MSK will lose sometime in the next 2 months. I do guarantee that. All right, Captain Shaysphere, let's talk about it.
I think Imperium might get it this time around. Really, really do. I think
They're very stiff.
Great run. Who?
Imperium.
Oh my god, I love them. They're great.
Very stiff. I see them in the ring, and I'm like, wow, y'all don't like these guys, but they're assholes. I met them downtown a few times, and they're nice. They'll take a picture with you. I didn't ask for a picture because I'm Chris. You should take a picture with me. You should pay me for a picture. But the technician wanted to take a picture, so he took a picture with them. But I mean, we were all trying to talk to the same girls, and they were just like looking at us sideways, and that's a story for another time. I'll tell you all about that.
Oh my god.
You know, and then, they were talking to girls, and then my roommate and I, we walk up to them, and you know, they're big guys, but I'm not a small guy myself, but of course I'm not them. They can kick my ass. I ain't gonna say anything different, but I'm not a small guy. But the girls were more interested because hey, I'm entertaining, I'm charismatic. They're like, hey, aren't you the executive consultant for Popular Reviews? And then I woke up and realized they didn't say that. They just said hi, and then I told a joke, and then they laughed. And then the other guys, they looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, hey, you know what? If you want the girls, you can have the girls. I don't want the girls, but whatever. I am totally going, hey, in honor of Ron, we're all over the place. He has to say that once a show. We're all over the place here. Anyway, go ahead. I want to listen to Captain Shaysphere and her fan. And when I mean fan, I'm not talking about Pink. I'm talking about the fan that's like circling around in her room right there. Go ahead. And a smoke alarm. Go ahead. Shaysphere. Go ahead and say, we got all types of sounds right here. All types of sounds right here on Unpopular Review each and every single Tuesday at 10:15 p.m.
Everybody hears it but me, I swear.
Join Bad Guy Jack, Captain Shaysphere, her fans, her smoke alarm, people in the background. You know what I'm saying? All types of things. Pots and pans. You mentioned it. They're right here. Why haven't you liked, love, and shared this video yet? I don't understand what is wrong with you. Production value, ladies and gentlemen. We got it all. I heard a couple months ago, I think last time I was on the show, I heard trains in the background. I don't even know why she has trains in the background. There's not even in her neighborhood. But she had trains in the background. I'm like, what's going on, right? What's going on? It makes no sense. That's right. The sound effects of UPR.
No, it's quiet. No, I swear.
They probably laughing at her. Elvis, you telling so many funny jokes, man. Hey, I'm so glad Elvis is here. Elvis has been here. Let me tell you about Elvis. Elvis is George, but Elvis was like the first fan of UPR, right? He said, I have no life. I need people to talk to because no one wants to talk to me. Everybody. Elvis is so old and ugly. Elvis is and annoying. Elvis is the reason why the ignore button happened on the cell phone, right? So when he calls and they ignored his ass, he said, I need something to watch. Eternal UPR, and you've been annoying every single person who watches every set. So Elvis, I want to let you know how much we appreciate you here at Unpopular Review. Here comes Pink with the kissing ass. Once again, I'm not even reading the comment yet. I don't know what the comment says. I just know it's a kiss ass. Hey, Tribal Queen Shay. My brother said hi.
Hello, brother.
Now your brother's trying to shoot his shot? Everybody's trying to shoot their shot on Shay. She don't want none of y'all, right? She wants people with sense. This show is awesome because the executive consultant's on. You need to fill in for Bad Guy Jack. You love me. I keep telling you. Your mother doesn't love you. Your father doesn't love you. Your mother left you for the mailman. Your father left you for the milkman, and I know exactly what I said. Nobody loves you, Elvis. I don't love you. Right? I don't love you. Right? God made 7 billion people on this planet. He don't love you. Mia Patel says, Elvis Martinez, tell him, Elvis, This show is also mainly when the Tribal Queen shades on. Go share this. Share your Vaseline. Charmaine says hello. What's up, Charlene? Charmaine. I said Charlene. Charlene's black. Charmaine is Hispanic. Okay. All right. Captain Shaysphere, what you got?
So I think Imperium will be taking the titles from MSK eventually.
Right.
That was a decent match. I honestly thought it could have been better if they had more time. Some things could have been left out.
Like and love.
Yes. So I mean, nice match. We obviously see where the ending is saying where we're going. All around, I enjoyed NXT tonight. I really did.
Crusader's is mad he's carried by the Tribal Queen. You know what? If I got carried by the Tribal Queen Shay on this show, that's more more intimacy than you would ever have with the Tribal Queen Shay, you or your brother. So hey, be jealous, right? What are your thoughts overall of NXT tonight, Captain Shay?
Great show. Great. The character building is definitely much better than it was a few months ago. 100%. I'm loving it. I am just excited to see where things keep going. Love it.
I will also say this, and you talked about a few months ago in comparison tonight. The production value you can definitely tell has increased on NXT. And I'm not saying they had a horrible production before, but now it's more vibrant, it's more exuberant, it's really out there, and you can see it even in the commercials they do for NXT. It actually feels like a bigger deal, even though they still at the same time tell you it's developmental. And they let you know that. But it feels like a bigger deal because they put so much effort into it. So I like it, even though the crowds, I mean, the arena is actually pretty empty compared to how they used to be, but it's still pretty good. NXT was good tonight. I give it a B.
I'd go with that too.
My daughter is sick. I want everyone for her name is Jenna Lee. She loves UPR. We love her here at UPR. We will definitely keep her in our praise for a speedy recovery. So that goes out to you, Charmaine, as well as your daughter, Jenna Lee. But make sure you and your daughter hit that like, love, and share. Okay. Are we done? Do we have anything else going on or what? What's up?
No. Usually we just say a final word. So usually Bad Guy asks me. So I'm going to ask you, what is your final word of advice for the night?
Oh, shoot. Let's go through it. Okay. All right. So Elvis, playing traffic. George, I want you to get better glasses. Charmaine, I want you to hit that like, love, and share. Pink, I want you to realize that trains are inanimate objects and you should not have a sexual obsession with them. And that's it right now. Anthony, you're the man, man. You're the man. Make sure you have not done so already. Subscribe and love and all that stuff to us, right? And Cap Shaysphere, it's been fun. You know, I wanted to make sure that I missed whatever I was doing to be on with you because we don't get a chance to be on too often, and I wanted to do that. Plus, I wanted you to have some real jokes instead of the corniness of Bad Guy Jack. I mean, that's my man, but damn, he's corny.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't watch NXT. I was at the bait since I'm ready for City Council. You could have missed it because you're going to lose anyway. Let me see. Hey, what are your thoughts on the Queen's Crown?
I'm excited for that. That's awesome. Any progression in women's wrestling, like, you know, things that they're breaking and doing, I'm all for it.
I have to say it's a good idea too. I was somebody was a little bit surprised. I was a little bit too, but then I thought about it about why it's happening so soon after the draft, before Crown Jewel, stuff like that. They said they should have waited till after Crown Jewel, but the problem is after Crown Jewel is what pay-per-view? Survivor Series, brand versus brand supremacy. That has to be the build-up. That has to be the focus. You can't really do a King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament at that time. Whereas opposed to now, you can do it and get out the way simply because of the fact, as they said, the draft doesn't take effect until after Crown Jewel. So it makes more sense to do it right there. Let's see here. The Tribal Queen carries unpopular reviews. We might as well rename this the Shade Reviews. The Tribal Queen Shades to go to unpopular reviews. You keep saying it. That'll hurt me, buddy. I don't care. We're all a team here. We all love each other. You know what I'm saying? We got rid of all the detriments of unpopular review. So we all get along. This is great. So if you say that, respect. How's that going, bro? Okay, he's trying to see if he's going to do it. Go fly a kite, Chris, where there's a hurricane. Here's how that will happen.
Oh my God.
Here's how that will happen. If I'm trapped in the same city as you and there's a hurricane, I'm going to go fly a kite because maybe the hurricane will carry me to a different place and I don't have to hear or see you ever again. So yeah, I'll fly a kite. Me and Cam Patel is going good. Yeah, I heard 2 people might vote for him. Chip and Dale. Chris is auditioning for the Masked Singer. Okay. Queen's Crowd. Who's coming for the Tribal Queen's Crowd? Nobody's coming for it. Shut up. Ellis Martinez. That's good, bro. Anthony's. I can't pronounce your last name. Forgive me. Last words. No more UPR sound effects. You see it quieted down. No smoke alarm. She's probably hot as shit over there because the fan's off. All right. AK Patel says, Chris Harris, which pick from the WWE draft do you consider was a steal? Bianca Belair for Raw. Yeah, I'll have to say go for that. And for SmackDown, I will have to say Drew McIntyre off the top. I would say Drew McIntyre, but I feel like there was a few others. I have to look at the whole list before I can tell you for sure. Okay. Love you both. Love how consultants' personalities of a true heel. Flapjack is better than Chris Harris. Maybe because he doesn't call you all your bullshit. That's probably why he say that. That's fine. Anthony, ha. Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about me. You all have been fired. We are only here, and we can only go off of what you two. What makes Unpopular Review a little bit more special than everybody else is that you all are more engaging. You all keep the show going because we can talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Dynamite all within 15 minutes, and we try. But without your comments, whether about how stupid, ignorant, Pink, and Elvis are, or how intelligent George, Anthony, and funny Mitten is, we can't do this without you. So thank you so much for tuning in to us each and every single day after Monday Night Raw, after Friday Night SmackDown, and 4 off. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about a few plugs. Every single Monday at 6 o'clock p.m., you have Around the Blocks with Mike Knox, as well as Z the Silent. Z is silent. I said Z the Silent. That is a terrible name. Forgive me. Thankfully, he doesn't watch the show. But anyway, that's what happens every single Monday, immediately after Monday Night Raw. And I'm sorry, before Monday Night Raw, immediately after Monday Night Raw. Join myself and Patrick the Full Nelson as we bring you all the information when it comes to Raw results and review. I do the talking. Patrick adds some I like. I love it. It's a good show. NXT on Tuesday. Bad Guy Jack and Captain Shaysphere bring you all the action of NXT 2.0. Matter of fact, this ain't the one for today. This is the one for today. So we delete the other one. Notice still Toxic Attraction, right? Also on Tuesday, we do UPRE on our sister channel. Tonight we did the Skeleton Key. Next Tuesday is going to be Ghostbusters, which is the pick of our very own technician David Sanderson. On Wednesday, immediately after AEW, we have AEW Dynamite, which just once again is starring the technician David Sanderson if he ever shows up, as well as Big Daddy Cool each and every single Wednesday. Also, What If episode with Bad Guy Jack and the Mark Victor Rodriguez, and the Challenge Spotlights and Allies with Captain Shaysphere and Mike Knox. On Thursday, UPRE again. This Thursday is coming with Steph's pick, which is us. And on Friday, immediately after SmackDown, we have a Popular Review SmackDown Results Edition with none other than the administrator Stefan Duviella and Wrestling Doll Barbara as they discuss you everything with SmackDown. And sooner or later, I don't know, they don't tell me anything. I don't know what's going on. In Cat We Trust, Katrina Storm and Captain Shaysphere brings you Dark Side of the Ring. Ladies and gentlemen, you name it, we have it right here at Unpopular Review on YouTube, UPRU on YouTube, and everything on all social media. Make sure you watch it. Like, love, share, and subscribe. Captain Shaysphere, final words from you.
Okay, so my final words is, guys, if you have hair, don't cut bangs because they're gonna have to grow out and they're gonna look awkward and ridiculous like this. So don't do that. I think it's very helpful.
This is your tribal queen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us here at Unpopular Review. We will see you next time. Have a good night.